Make sure you listen to my daddy's podcast right now. Is it best show in the world?
What? 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 Yeah. Whoa. I rock my shades at night, that pig kicking my ass. I get money, y'all get mad. Nigga, this big K got dragged. Living every day like in my lab. Bad car, nag car, poor truck, so damn, we got it all. Niggas hate, fuck them all. Big cake, yeah, bitch, we bang them all. No fucks, nigga. Look at me, yeah, I'm up, nigga. Rob who? Good luck, nigga. Rah, it's up, nigga. 30 shot for a fuck, nigga. Get him fit for a tuck, nigga. The guy you bitch won't fuck, nigga. Hope try and go, bitch. I'm a dog, fuck around, get stuck with her.
Yeah. That song right there was KG, Ready for War. And this is episode number 13. I am your host, Mr. Ty Hill, a.k.a. Men are usually right, but of course women don't want to accept that shit. But look, it is what it is. I'm neither here nor there. Today we have a special show. We have a special show because this is a sort of battle of the sexes. And I chose this episode because grown-ups are scared to really touch grown-up topics. And that shit, it bothers me. You feel me? So I just wanted to have a grown-up conversation with grown-ups, and I brought along 3 special co-hosts today. I don't know why I just now pointed over there like they were over there. Of course, we're doing this via social distancing. But my 3 co-hosts today, we're going to start with Miss Rachel Collette, owner and founder of CX Liberated, a woman's self-love and relationship confidence coaching service. Next up is the brother Ross Staten, owner and founder of RS Media. And last but not least, we have Miss Burgundy Janae, author of Fish Bones and Breadcrumbs, a guided journal, host of Gold's Girls and God, the podcast, teacher and speaker who helps women explore their divinity and, their divinity of their femininity. I mean, you gave me a lot of words right there. Divinity of their femininity.
Yes.
I felt like a rapper and shit. How y'all doing today?
It's good.
I'm good.
Great.
Okay. I want to say I thank you 3 for coming on. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to our listeners. I just want to jump right into it. You feel me? Because we going on. Hey, Rod, you ready to carry this? We got to step up for the men. We're going to have to represent for the men without making us look bad.
I'm ready.
We speaking for the bald head men with beards too. So, we gotta do this shit right.
Bald for almost 20 years. Yep.
Oh, shit. That sounds like a problem. I don't think I got 20 in yet, nigga. I ain't about to give you that one. So look, right. Like I said, I want to jump right into it and kind of get, like an icebreaker. And we're going to go through it like this. What do y'all think is the biggest misconception of the opposite sex has of you or your sex? So for women, what's the biggest misconception that males have of women? Who want to go first?
I'll go. I'll say that it is that we don't care about men and the struggles that y'all go through.
Okay. That was Miss Rachel. Thank you. And Miss Burgundy, you go.
I don't know. I agree with Rachel. I think the biggest misconception probably is about our strength and how we value it. I think there are huge misconceptions and misunderstandings about that. And when I say this, I'm talking about Black men and Black women, because I've only ever been a Black woman and I've only ever been involved with Black men. And I know there are some very specific things that come between us. So I think that Black woman's strength is a huge misconception between us.
Okay. I can dig it. Rod, what's your opinion? What do you think the biggest misconception women have when dealing with males, when they're thinking about males? Rod, you there? All right, so I think he just now clicked out for a second. I'm sure he'll come back in. And y'all got to see the YouTube video of this shit because I did not know. I did not know what was going on. You can check us on YouTube too. So I'll speak for the males, for my opinion.
Well, he left you already.
Right, shit ran out on the.
Already.
The biggest misconception I think women have when it comes to dealing with the male species is thinking that we do not have feelings. I think a lot of times they look at us as, you know, brutes and strong and things of that sort, and they neglect the fact that we do have feelings. You know, a lot of women think, oh, you know, that's a man. You know, it's real simple to please this, that, and another. Them niggas don't got feelings. And we do got feelings, ladies. And I want to be heard. I want to be heard. So we're going to rock with that one. Definitely. I really think y'all opinions was real good. I think they were some good things. Let's jump right into the next topic. You feel me? I'm sure everybody heard the big news that Cardi B is divorcing Offset. Right? What is y'all opinion of it? Do y'all feel as though, can you still love somebody if you continue to cheat? Can you still love somebody if you continue to cheat?
If they continue to cheat.
Well, if they continue to cheat, do they still love you? I mean, you know.
Oh yeah.
Men, you think that they? He just now popped up. Ross Staten is back. Welcome to the conversation, young brother.
He's still connecting to sound.
I think he's coming back. Right, you back?
All right, this what happened, right? As soon as you said something, my phone said your phone is too hot, and it just cut everything off.
Your phone is too hot.
Listen, I've never seen nothing like that.
Hey, yo, where are you at, yo? Because you was also hot. What country is you in?
Now I'm in the house against the wall.
I ain't never seen this shit. Your phone
Listen,
is
I know.
too hot. All right, so let's jump back into what you were saying because I did want your opinion on it. What's the biggest misconception that women have about males?
I think that the misconception that women have about a lot of men is that men are mentally and physically strong all the time, which that's not the case. Now, we are physically stronger by nature, but when we are emotional creatures just like women, but we get ridiculed for having emotions, but women don't.
Man, preach, bro, my bald-headed brother.
You know what I mean?
Speak on this topic, or we?
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Oh no, I just want to say that women don't think you all have feelings because you all have always been taught not to show your feelings. So you always been taught to be so tough. So we can't know something that we haven't experienced. If we always saw in our lives that we're always being strong, we wouldn't know. But men do struggle too. But it's not easy for you all to show that. It's not easy for you all to show it because that's just
I think we can't show it.
Yeah, it's not accepted. You know, like we
black men
in spaces where it's accepted, where people, I mean, everybody, it's not something that women are used to. And of course, if you're around the wrong woman, you're not going to get the right reaction. You got to be in a safe space.
Safe space is definitely.
I agree.
I think it's interesting. The idea of emotions for black men and black women is interesting because black women don't have space to be emotional either. So when you say that women are allowed to be emotional, but not men, white women are allowed to be emotional. Black women aren't allowed to be emotional because when a black woman shows emotion, she's an angry black woman. When a black woman shows her emotion, even with a black man, y'all call us crazy. And so there is as little space for black women to be emotional as there is for black men. And so I think what happens between us is because the world doesn't allow either of us to be emotional, then we go to secondary emotions with each other. And that's the strife that we experience with each other.
I agree with that because when a person of color shows some type of strength or, you know, defending themselves, you're right. You are called the angry black woman and I'm called the angry black man. So sometimes when we are around other races of people, we I'm not saying tone it down in a negative way, but we have to act out of character sometimes so to not to appease the stereotype.
I agree. I think shit, both of y'all touched on something because I 100% identified with what you were saying, Rob, because literally, and that's why the ladies was laughing when I made that face. When your phone cut off, that's literally what I was saying. You feel me? So it was like, and we didn't have this conversation prior, so it's not like that I was just about to piggyback and we was going to try to run the table up or nothing like that. It was literally, I thought the same thing. So I said the exact same thing that you said, but I didn't think about it how Burgundy put it. You feel me? We do kind of consider the overly emotional female is fucking batshit crazy a lot of the times. You feel me? So I'm looking at myself on there because I think that's a big part of not just relationships, just growth in life is being able to break yourself down and be able to see things. And that's one of the things I looked at in myself as you were speaking. You feel me? Like, that's some real shit. Like, I do see that when women get too emotional, I'll be on some, get her crazy ass out of here. And the first thing we want is at that time of the month, like, what is going on?
I mean,
So
to be honest with you, which, this might not be popular to a lot of guys hearing this, but I have to admit, we do make a lot of them crazy. I mean, I used to.
You make a lot of women crazy?
Yeah, I used to have this notion that women was just just had a crazy switch in them. But as I've gotten older and been in serious relationships and seeing what other couples go to, men do make women go crazy. That is a fact.
I think a relationship makes people go crazy. I think a lot of people jump into relationships before they have even figured their self out.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it fucks shit up, and it makes it to the point that everybody is trying to conform to be what makes your partner happy, but you don't even know what the fuck makes you happy. So you're confused all the way around. So now you're not being yourself because you're trying to make XYZ happy, but you're also confused because yourself is looking at you like, nigga, who the fuck are we? Like, can we find our happy space first? Like, before we go trying to make another person happy space? So I get what you're saying totally about men drive women crazy. Shit, women drive men crazy. I mean, women aren't the only one out here keying cars and flattening tires. I know a lot of y'all dudes is out this motherfucker doing it too. You feel me? So yeah, like that shit is. I think it goes up and down depending upon who you're dealing with and things of that sort, depending where you are in your life. Learning.
That's
that
true.
was the thing about breaking self down. Learning yourself is so fucking important because we spend so many years with ourselves not realizing, hey, I was this person until I was 15, 16, but I have completely evolved, whether it be good or negative. I have evolved and conformed according to what I had to be a chameleon around. I had to fit in here. I had to make it here. Like, I speak with a lot of women that speak on like, I'm this way because I've never had a man protect me. I gotta stand up for myself. Like, you gonna look at it as aggressive. I'm looking at it like, I protect every woman in my family. I ain't about to deal with you that ain't had protection before. Like, I don't have it. Like, you're too aggressive for me. Like, I don't know if you're gonna put me in a headlock or some shit like that. Like, I'm nervous. So, and I think that that plays a big part of everybody just being fucking confused. Yeah. So
yeah,
I ain't rocking with you on that, my bald-headed brother. I'm not gonna say men drive women fucking crazy because we driving each other crazy in 2020.
Well, also I say that because women are naturally emotionally driven, and I just think that some people play on that. Some ain't for shit guys play on that. I mean, this is not trying to, big up the women, but I'm just saying when they say stuff about men in that aspect, they do have a true argument about that.
You agree with that, Rach?
I agree with both sides. I agree that they are contributing factors. Like, just like you said, a man can drive a woman crazy, a woman can drive a man crazy, but it all starts with us. And we align ourselves in relationships with people who we really don't want to be with because we don't truly know ourselves. And we go into relationships where we're being driven crazy. So it's like both parts driving each other crazy, and it's just us driving ourselves crazy because we get in these relationships that aren't helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it. I think like Ra, I think you just now went against it. What you believe that women, like you kind of told them like, hey, we emotional, but no, look, I think women are more emotionally driven. I disagree to an extent, and I think niggas, yo, us men are some soft ass creatures, yo. Niggas is
Thank
out here shooting
you.
a gun because we soft as shit. Like
Thank
it's
you.
literally it's so many factors to the bitchness in us, and we could call it bitchness. I was wrong. I'm not gonna call it bitch assness, because then I'm going against what I'm saying about we're not accepted for our emotional side.
Emotions.
But we are literally reacting off of emotion 98% of the time. I have friends that call me fucking Carl Thomas. What was Carl Thomas' biggest fucking song?
Emotional.
Exactly. They call me that shit. Look, and niggas know I'm with the shits all the way around. We could do whatever it is. I'm with it. You feel me? But niggas know that I'm the one that's I gotta speak on how you're upsetting me. I gotta react on how you're upsetting me. You like Rye, you've been with me, and you've seen me interact inside the social gatherings and things of that sort. I walk with a certain thing of you gotta respect me. That's emotion. Like why the fuck do I care about if a person doesn't like if it's not making me or breaking me? Why do I care? So I think men are way more fucking emotional.
I think men are more emotional, but men are better at controlling their emotions. That's the difference. Women, when Ross said that women are driven by emotion, he's right, especially in relationships. Women are we're emotional to the point that our emotions lead our thinking. Men are emotional, but they know how to take logic and allow the logic to lead their actions. Women, in a lot of cases, are exactly the opposite. And so we feel our way through things, right? And then our actions are led and motivated by how we feel. Men can feel a thing, but men can fall back and be like, but that's not the way to go. I should do something different. That's the difference, because I think men are way more emotional. It's the reason y'all tuck y'all's emotions in, because they are so much stronger. The feeling and the motivation behind the way that you feel is way stronger, which is why you're so much better at controlling it, because society tells you that you have to. And so you tuck it in. Women, on the other hand, there's room for us to feel, whether we're crazy or angry or whatever. It's easily more acceptable for a woman to lead from that emotional place. I know damn well every man that I've ever had, current fiance included, is way more sensitive than me, has way more emotions than me, but he's better at choosing when he's going to allow those emotions to lead. That's the difference.
Okay, I could dig it. We're gonna even though I was about to get into the Cardi B, we're gonna come back to that. And Rye, you could be a part of that. I was gonna get into that, but you kind of just now brought on a great perspective of something I wanted to reach. When getting inside of a relationship, right? Do y'all fear allowing yourself to be open and vulnerable because the person that you're dealing with won't know how to receive it or nurture it correctly? Is that something that y'all fear when y'all go inside relationships? And what do y'all think about? I mean, and just speaking not even for self all the time. Let's speak for our sex, because most of us have same-sex friends and things of that sort. Let's speak for our sex. Let's start with you, Rob. What do you fear that when you going into a relationship? Like,
well, I ain't gonna lie. First thing I was just about to say was speaking for myself, but nah. I think that this is what somebody told me. When you first meet somebody, you're not meeting them, you're meeting your representation of them, because everything is about emotions. People worry about, well, am I being too nice? Am I being too stern? Is she gonna play me because I'm too nice and always want to call her and stuff like that? So that do play a lot of factors in it, like when it comes to men and women relationships. I just think that in the beginning stages or the factuation phases of meeting somebody, you're just meeting your representation. You don't really get that true person to some true emotions really come to the picture, in my opinion.
what about you, Rach? How do you go into it?
I think that, women, we do fear just because, like you said, being vulnerable. So if I have issues with like maybe abandonment, I don't know if I can bring that to a man that I don't see tap into his feelings, and I don't see him being vulnerable. And will he be able to really make me feel safe with what it is that I'm bringing to him?
Okay. What
Okay.
about you, Burgundy?
Absolutely. Like my vulnerability has to be earned. I don't lead with that at all. I have to know that you're strong enough to catch me in that vulnerable place.
Mm. I think
Yeah.
I'm pretty much I agree with y'all on that. So I think that's one side that the women and men have together. I think it's one of those things that, again, jumping into relationships, because why, like Burgundy just said, you got to earn that. You got to earn that vulnerability. But truthfully, why am I in a relationship with a person that I don't trust to have every part of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I should be in a relationship. I should, when I decide that this is going to be my relationship that I'm doing, and this goes back to the dating aspect of relationships that just don't exist a lot of the times today. We're so quick because shit, man. Look, hey man, look, we kicking it for 2-3 weeks. Look, how you doing? You feel me? Look, your bill's backed up, my bill's back. Fuck it, let's bring it together and not be backed up no more. Like, shit is fucked up out here. Like, life is literally. It has literally made people jump the gun in a lot of areas that we shouldn't have, and we forget about the things like, for instance, why can't I be vulnerable with the one that I want to spend my life with? Why? Like, I should know that from the jump. I should know that before I say I love you. I
Yeah,
should know
but
that I could be vulnerable with you before I say I love you.
I mean, I think with some people being vulnerable is just how they are. They don't really have to really deal with the person. If somebody is just bringing a lot of things up front, that's just how they are in the beginning. It's just, but like you said, it takes the right person to know that somebody's being upfront or vulnerable, and they might be the same kind of person. So it's just really a hit and miss when it comes to that, in my opinion.
I personally fail at vulnerability in every aspect of my fucking life. Like, literally, relationship, friendships, fucking children, every fucking thing. Like, I fail at vulnerability. Like, I'm a shower crier. Like, I'm in the shower breaking down like shit. Oh man, this shit ain't like, you feel me? When I come out there, I'm strong as fucking Hercules though. Like, in reality, what does that actually do? It doesn't do nothing but it harbors so many feelings inside that you really don't know how to give them to the world when it's time to give it to them. It's just straight anger at this time. It done boiled together, just like a pan. At first you could grab some shit out the pan when you first start lighting that fire under it. But at the while, it's going to become too fucking hot for you to grab anything out of it. And that's literally how a lot of our, when we harbor those type of feelings and emotions, because we can't be vulnerable with the people that's around us. It's deeper than just relationships. So I definitely feel like vulnerability is one of those things I lack on. Who do you think lack the most on them? Women or men?
That's tough. I think that's tough for protecting ourselves. A lot of us.
You think it's what? Can you hear me, Rach?
I think it's tough because a lot of us are protecting ourselves. That's tough to say. A lot of us are protecting, or a lot of us are leading with protection. Like you said, you're protecting yourself if you're crying in the shower, but when you come out, everything is fine. So a lot of us are protecting ourselves because while we're here right now, men don't trust women, women don't trust men. So we all walking around with a protective shield on. So it's tough. That's tough to answer.
What about you, Burgundy?
I
looked at you and I looked at you and I thought that you could feel that I was talking to you just now. Even
no, I agree wholeheartedly with Rachel. I don't think that it's a one or the other. I don't think either of us are doing it more than the other, because I think we are protecting ourselves from each other. And I think the more that we come to an understanding that we're both doing it, the easier it will be to come to a place where we can trust each other enough to begin to be vulnerable. But one thing I do want to say is I think that vulnerability starts with yourself. And I don't think a lot of us are authentic enough with ourselves to begin to be vulnerable with anybody else. And I think that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is we live our own lives. And if I'm in my own, like, if I refuse to live in my own truth, I can never be honest enough with you to be vulnerable.
That was deep. That was deep. I totally agree. Because I got, our parents used to say some shit, that when you was young, you didn't understand because it made no sense. You lie so much that you start believing a lie.
Yes.
Fuck, I'm gonna believe some shit I'm trying to get over on. Like, nigga, I'm never gonna do that. But as I grow up and start thinking about tragic things that happened in past relationships or tragic things that happened in childhood or growing up, and I be like, damn, I don't even think about that. Like, that shit is not even a thought in my fucking head because I'm hiding it. You know, I'm hiding it from myself. I don't even want myself conscious to remember the shit that we done did.
Yes.
You feel me? Like, and that's damn vulnerability of self. Damn, that was some deep shit. That was some deep shit. So I agree. I agree. Rachel kind of hit that nail on the head. You know, as far as all sides. Do you agree, Ra? Like, you know, it's kind of it's one of those tough things that we can't say which one.
I honestly believe it goes both ways. And it hits both genders about the same, in my opinion, to be honest.
Right, I got a question that our YouTubers are gonna ask. Are you holding your phone right now? And if so, you have the stillest fucking arms in America. What the fuck? Are you like this?
You over there?
Well, listen, I used to do video too, and I had to learn how to be really, really still. So actually, this is a compliment right now. So I thank you. You know what I mean?
You mastered that.
Yo, that shit clear. That shit more steady than my screen. My shit on the tripod. Hey, yo, look. So I want to get back to that Cardi B situation. You know, and again, none of us is in Cardi B's and Offset's relationship, so we don't know what the fuck really happening over there. What I can say is I did a little bit of research and I listened to something that Cardi B was saying recently about the whole situation, and she said she's tired of the arguing and not seeing eye to eye. She also states that before you actually get cheated on, she'd rather leave. I wasn't fully understanding of that because it was clear that he cheated last time.
Yeah.
But hey, it's Cardi B. The fuck more? Look, I don't expect much. But what I will say is, what do y'all feel about love or relationship wise? Can you love a person and cheat on them? Does the love go out the window because you cheated? Does it mean that love was not existent? You know, is it not real? Who wants to speak on it? I ain't even gonna say which one I want.
I can start. I can honestly say that if you really love somebody, you ain't gonna cheat on them. I mean,
I should have chosen different partners. I feel like.
Well, people go through arguments. They go through a lot of stuff together. But if you really, really, truly love that person, you're gonna find a way to not make her cry. So you can do everything, even if you have to leave, it's a good option just so you don't break her heart by messing with somebody else. That's another option also. But if you really truly
know that
love
Donnell Jones right now is considered a joke. And he was just trying to leave before he fucking, like, they laugh at it. This nigga's literally a meme right now.
Listen, you're right about that because he made a whole hit song about that.
Man, I've left my baby girl a message that I won't be coming home. I'd rather be alone.
But you can't, listen, you can't leave no women no message. You got to talk to her.
What you say, Ray?
Left a message. You don't leave nobody no message. Talk about, see, that's
exactly.
Like, that's what get the emotions going. That's when the crazy bitch come out. She leaving a message.
She right.
Oh, so he fucked up on the message part.
Yes.
Yes.
You better show up.
But look, I'd rather leave than to cheat. She doesn't fully understand me. I mean, let my man live. Like he was on the side. This isn't first of all, y'all disrespect because this is during a time that voicemail was everything. Y'all used to spend like fucking 10 hours just making a voicemail message. Y'all remember that shit? You was waiting on the radio to come on and shit for that favorite song to come. Hold on, girl. This is your girl Rachel. Make sure that you.
You better not check them voicemails and get no message talking about you leaving. You better show up.
So look,
he went hard on that one.
What do you feel, Rachel? Do you feel as though you could cheat and still love somebody?
Yeah, I believe that you can love somebody and cheat. Most definitely.
I mean,
Okay.
I just don't. I expect the guys to say that, not a woman to say that.
Well, I'm just a realist. Like, we're humans. Like you saying,
That's the important.
You go through
I'm sorry,
so
I'm
much that push you out there towards cheating. That doesn't take away the love that you have for somebody. We love our own selves and we hurt ourselves all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You can love somebody and cheat on them. That doesn't mean they need to stay. You know, that doesn't mean that you won't. That's not a consequence for that. But you can still love somebody, and we're human.
Well, I also believe that what made the person cheat on the other person, I'm pretty sure they had a lot of conversations in the past about that. And I believe that if you really love that person, that you would try to change what they don't like. I mean, you would try to work on the biggest issue that they have about you, so you don't eventually have to cheat in the future. I think a lot of things can be solved with a little bit, talking, communication, just doing new things just to bring you closer. But if you have to cheat, I honestly don't believe that. I think love can make somebody not cheat. You really can't love somebody and cheat on them, especially, cheating on them sexually.
Burgundy, what you say?
So I believe that love is two things. Love is a feeling and love is an action. I feel like you can absolutely feel love for a person and cheat on them. Mm-hmm. When you are actively loving a person, you don't. But I don't think that because you cheat on a person doesn't mean you don't feel love for them. It means that you don't have capacity to act out the love that you feel. That's what I think.
Now, what kind of cheating you talking about? You talking about cheating sexually, or I know somebody told me you can also cheat by spending a lot of just time with another person.
Well, I think everybody cheats inside their head. I'm not gonna sit here, like, you feel me? If my girl see a nigga with a fucking 6-pack and a good hairline, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and lie to myself thinking that she ain't in her head like, that's the one. I'm not gonna fucking lie to myself. So, you feel me? I think everybody mentally cheats and have that type of shit. But my opinion on the cheating versus love, I definitely don't agree with you, Rye. I don't know. Brother, our bald-headed gang is gonna be mad at you because you're not holding it down for us. I don't know what's going on, but
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
Nah, yo. But on the real, I put way less effort into fucking than I do into loving. So with that said, I can literally cheat, and it's nothing other than a physical thing for a few minutes. And depending on who you is, those few minutes may be fucking a few seconds. We heard Missy's song. We all have had experiences. It is what the fuck it is. I don't know how long you're getting from me. But I put way more effort into loving than I do sex.
Okay.
With that being said, I think that you can cheat and still love a person. And like Rachel was saying, as far as it don't mean that person needs to stay. Reality, it doesn't mean that person needs to fucking stay. You feel me? But I don't think those two come into play because people make stupid ass decisions. And one of the realest things that was stated with that was, I'm still hurting myself.
Exactly.
I'm still doing dumbass things to myself that compromise my future.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck can I say that? I love myself no matter how we do, and I know it's people that self-hate and things of that sort, so I'm not negating that or nothing, but me personally, I fucking love myself. I think we're fucking great. But I'm still doing things that hurt myself.
Right.
So, and so how does those two things kind of coincide? Like, if I know that I can hurt myself and still love myself, then I know I can hurt another motherfucker and still love them. I mean, I come up in a community of feeling that I'd rather hurt you before you hurt what we have and things of that sort.
Yep.
So I just think cheating does not necessarily mean you don't love that person. Well, I think it's something clearly missing a lot of the times. It's something clearly missing. I mean, I think it's more than a bad decision all the time. But those are the things that we need to get to the bottom of. And I feel like if the relationship is worth it, you need to get to the bottom of what's missing. Because it's always going to come out. I mean, it's literally fucking old ass men, 60-something years old cheating.
Yes.
Well, Well, I was gonna say when it comes to love in 2020, to be honest, that word is thrown around a lot because nowadays people are more in love with objects or certain different things and actually loving another human being. And they can have so much strong love for something. It's just I think just love is just not the same as it was when I was a kid, seeing my parents in love. You
But see,
know,
I think this is what I think about that, because we say that a lot. But if you really think about it, when old people in your family die, that's when you find out that your great uncle had a whole family around the corner. And
mm-hmm.
even though they stayed married, it does not negate the fact that he was doing him. So I think we put a lot of value on people's lengthy relationships, older people's lengthy relationships, because we don't know what they went through.
Your grandmother had separate beds.
They
had separate beds.
Everybody that I know married 30, 40, and 50 years, they got a story behind how it is that they made it to 30 and 40, 50 years. And those stories include cheating. Some of them include babies. Some of them include periods of years where they were not together, but they made a conscious decision to keep working at it. I feel like we put way too much and we hold high people's stories that we don't know the intricate details about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like a real thing. I feel like, to what Ty said earlier, if it's worth it, you figure out how to work it. I think what happened with Cardi and Offset is it's not worth it for her. And she tried.
Oh, it's not worth it for him.
She tried and she came
she
to
left.
the conclusion. No, she tried and she came to the conclusion that it's not worth it. I did forgive you the first time and I did forgive you the second time. Before there's a third time, I'm choosing me. That's what Cardi did.
That's the fucked up part about fucked up part about realization, you know, self-evaluation. It doesn't necessarily, because reality, I know Offset is sitting at home like, this bitch could have left me when I cheated. Like, I could at least kept one of them hoes. Like, you feel me? I done cut her, the other girl off, and you done left me. You feel me?
Yep.
But self-realization is a motherfucker. Like, she came back in with all, and I respect Cardi for that. She came back in with all hopes of making this shit work.
Yeah.
But you can't trick your mind. You can't trick your mind because that's that bubbling shit again. You feel me? That pan, that fire underneath it. I'm trying, but them feelings is coming out like, fuck you, Offset. Like, you feel me? Now the bitch looking like she got Tourette's and shit. You feel me? Fuck you. Like, just for no fucking reason. You feel me? So,
is that also a testament of also getting married young in the 21st century? Because think about it. I honestly believe when our parents got married, they had to deal with each other because there wasn't a lot of things, especially with technology like we got nowadays. You're not saying
they
cheating
was fucking
still
14.
Exist. Huh?
They was fucking 14. They shouldn't even have fucking been married. Like, I don't agree with nothing about the older generation when niggas make that shit as the focal of what love is supposed to be. Like, that shit it literally made no sense. Like what Burgundy was saying with the he had the XYZ of the life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he had the XYZ of girl down the street, all of that shit, your grandfather. The only difference of today versus then, our grandmothers wasn't out there in the street fighting over this nigga.
Yes.
They both received compensation. He was taking care of both families.
Which
Granted,
is a lot.
Us niggas is gonna complain that it's a lot more today, but listen, it's other religions that still have this today. You can have as many wives as you can take care of. And a lot of women, all right, so fuck it. We gonna make it just about women right here. A lot of women are willing to accept whatever for payment. Meaning, if you can,
they pay to play.
Kim been saying it forever. Lil Kim was saying it. If you pay like you play, what is it?
You pay to play. It's pay to play. It's pay to play.
I mean, most of us niggas is just broke. We can't.
And today, your grandmother depended on her husband. She may not have been working, or she wasn't working full time. That's not the case these days. We run businesses. We're educated. We have options. And so when you exercise your options, we do the exact same thing. And the thing about Cardi is, Cardi don't need Offset. So when you come to the realization that this ain't working for me, and I don't need you, you walk away.
Hey, okay. All the
And
way.
those are options that our grandmothers and great aunts didn't necessarily have. They had whole houses where they were dependent on a man. Of course, I'm gonna be quiet because he come home with the check first before he go around the corner. And I don't have my own check to put in a kitty. So yes, I'm going to swallow it and I'm gonna continue raising my family. These days, my check might be bigger than yours. So the first time you step out, nigga, okay, I got you. The second time, okay, I got you. Because the thing you got to understand is when a woman has options, she can bide her time. So you can act a fool if you want, because the moment I make up my mind, it's dead. And so I'll let it slide, because I know when I make my decision, the decision is made. And the only person whose situation changes is yours, my nigga, because all of this is mine. Super Scent went through the same thing. If you are familiar with Super Scent, her second baby daddy ran her around publicly crazy. When she decided it was done, nigga don't have an address anymore. So women with options, we can buy time. I can let you play a little bit because I know all of this is mine. My situation won't change with or without you.
But niggas, you know what's funny?
I agree with that.
You know,
like it bothers y'all masculinity just a little bit that women are able to just up and go and leave when they want to. It really triggers y'all.
All right, so on what Rachel just said, like to piggyback what they said, that nigga looked scared. He looked nervous. Look, to piggyback off that, right? It was
like, oh, all right, okay.
No, listen, yo, I swear to goodness, right? Because I totally agree with what they are saying. You know, the factor of people hate to see a person, they rather choose a person with no type of, you got to depend on me. And I don't know if niggas notice that the shit is going on. So it was this fucking status or this little thing on Facebook, right? And it was like, Angela, 31 years old, no kids, attorney, $100K a year, don't like sports or pets, high maintenance, sex is average, mother hates you, raised in the suburbs. And then it was Tanya. Now, Tanya is clearly a badder body female than her. You know, breasts is fucking magnificent, waist is fucking magnificent, ass, everything is magnificent. But her shit is 33 years old with 9-year-old son, no job, going to nursing school, loves sports, pets, ex-stripper, sex is great, son likes you, raised in the projects. Yo, and I swear to God, right? I'm listening to this shit, and I'm like, man, it's no way nobody is choosing Tanya. I don't understand what they're saying. Not saying that Tanya don't deserve a shot. She just ain't getting that shit from me. Now, I see all the men on there. All the men. The first thing they said, my dude. First thing they said out of all the shit that Angela had going for her was she high maintenance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my nigga, she make $100,000 a fucking year. What do you expect? Understanding that she makes $100,000 a year means that she can afford her own fucking maintenance. She doesn't need you, my nigga. So because she eats lobster by herself, because she's dating you, she should eat fucking KFC? No, she shouldn't. But I realized that niggas prefer a fucking project. Niggas prefer, let me cook. And everybody was saying the shit. Nigga, it's not even a whoa, because literally I could show y'all the post. Every nigga was saying, I could make her something. I'm too old to make you anything.
No, it's funny you say that, because I was told by a grown woman very long time ago that it was the women that love projects, because women nowadays are doing things that women wasn't doing 30, 40 years ago. Like you said, it's more female CEOs. It's more females that's head of the household making way more money than men are making. So it's like women do like a project. Because when I was on the dating scene many moons ago, I used to be like, well, I got my stuff together. I got a job, I got a car, things is going well for me. But at that time, I kept saying to myself, why am I always striking out when it comes to love and relationships? And I went to talk to my professor at school, and she just let me know. She was like, listen, a lot of women nowadays, I'm saying a lot of women nowadays, they prefer a project, because with a project, they can oversee more of it. But a man who has a lot of things going on for him, it's a potential, he can step out or do whatever he wants, or he's not going to give himself fully to that woman because he really doesn't need her.
Rach, you was breaking up. What were you saying?
Oh, I am. No, I was saying that I agree with you. Women do like projects, but that doesn't take away from what Ty was saying. Is men do like projects, what they like is bad investments. A grown boy invests in a bad way. He wants to build a woman up, but a woman like that, or a woman that only wants to deal with you based off of what you have, that's already dealing in dysfunction anyway. You ain't about to get a good investment off of that. So no, they're not going to take A, because A is a challenge. Men need a challenge. Men out here that have great women will tell you, she challenged me. I was a man before I came, but I'm more of a man because of the things that she's shown me, the way that she's broke me down and made me see myself. That's going to be the challenge that you are going to be called to, but you're not going to come to. You're going to go with the man. You're going to that's.
I think you should leave every relationship with some shit like you learned. So, like, speaking of like the women that Rachel is pointing out there, you feel me? If that relationship doesn't work, you should leave there like, look, man, she made me a better nigga, though. That's point blank. Like, you feel me? Because you strive to be different. You strive to do more. Like, you strive to have more. So I've never had well, I'm not going to say I've never had a female that didn't. But when a female has more than you, it's like, nigga, I'm not about to sit here and fucking look like a bum, because automatically the outside is already thinking I'm a bum. So it's I'm the fuck that. I gotta step up. You feel me? My lady has a higher education than me. You feel me? If you look at our situation, you might think that she's out here fucking stringing me along or some shit. I'll be damned if that's ever gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure I'm gonna meet your level, or at least be higher than your level, even if it's by an inch. I ain't fucking taking no handouts from nobody. You know, and I man, niggas, we some weird creatures. That's that sensitivity shit. You feel me? That's
security. That's security. Look at A and see, like, she scares you. She's calling you to do and be more. B
is very easy. You feel me? And then I'm like, again, A had on, I didn't even express that. A had on like a button up or some shit. Right. Like, you couldn't see none of her body parts or none of that. B had on, you could clearly see, and I'm looking in my head like, she clearly invested in the wrong shit in life. Like, yeah, these aren't the things that I want at 30-something years old, but I don't want to take on a project at 30-something years old. I feel as though, bringing on to the next topic, I feel as though you should come in with something. So, who accepts the most non-negotiables when it comes to a relationship? When you're first courting someone, who's willing to accept? Like, who do y'all feel as though, what sex, male or female, come in with the most non-negotiables?
Well, I personally believe that women come with an open mind. I think women are more acceptable of a lot of things that men won't go for, because women just are emotionally creatures. Like, when I mean by emotion, you know, they may feel some kind of way, not saying sorry for you in a real bad way, but they might feel bad for you, may want to help you. But I think it's always women that's more willing to deal with a lot of stuff that men won't deal with.
What you think, Rach?
I think I agree. I believe that we come with the non-negotiables, but we also are very nurturing. So if we don't stand firm on that, we'll, like he said, turn it into a project, and every deal breaker that we had will be broken, and we won't stand by it. Men with the very fragile egos, y'all be out.
Slide that shit in there. The very fragile egos. Burgundy, what you think?
I think men are experts at self-preservation. And so when y'all draw lines, they are very clear and you don't cross them. I think men always come in knowing what they want, and what they will not accept, they will not accept. Y'all are experts at that. I always tell women in relationships, the thing that bothers you the most about your man, adapt and learn how to do that thing. Because he's, even in a relationship, y'all are always preserving self. And those are the things that we get jealous of, because we're always so given. And I always say, do what he do. Y'all are experts at it. Don't hate it. Learn how to do it.
Damn, that brought up another, situation. I mean, you kind of say that women give a little bit more. They're a little bit more. All of y'all, I think, is saying that women are willing to give a little bit more, give in a little bit more to get you to that point. So it's the project thing for sure. I think I agree. Men
Mhm.
definitely come in with a lot of non-negotiables. I think that our fucking shit ain't accepted though. I think it, and I always hear the crazy shit of, like a nigga want a girl that's gonna stay in shape, this, that, and another, this, that, and that, but y'all don't come in here with 15 inches. Who are you mad at, Jesus or me? Because I didn't fucking choose my dick size. Like, it is what the fuck God gave me. Like, why are you judging me? Like, I'm not asking you to, like, I don't think a lot of things that men be asking be like things that you literally can't do. But women, when they always compare that shit, be on some shit like, nigga, I can't do that. Like, the fuck?
Huh?
It's, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that goes back to we need to choose people that we actually want. Like if I know I need 15 inches, why am I over here with Mr. 6 incher? He can't do nothing for me. If you want me to stay in shape, and I know that I get issues with staying in shape, you need to go to the next woman because I'm not gonna be able to help you. And that's where we get into this force.
What happens? What happens when things? Do y'all believe things change once marriage? I mean, we have two married people on here. Do people feel as though they get a little bit too comfortable in marriage?
I mean,
Both of them look. Hey, yo, both of them looking like, nigga, the fuck, he right there. I'm not saying shit.
I mean, when you get married, a lot of things changes, and a lot of things that you won't go for, you might accept only because you have more acceptance of that person you fell in love with. It can be anything, but it just married. When you marry, I think just you help each other out what you don't like, and just a normal conversation can solve that easy. It shouldn't be no reason why something that you don't like can carry on and bring some friction inside the relationship. So I think it's easier to speak with your husband or your wife about something that you might not accept when you're married.
Okay. Okay, Yoda. What do you think, Burgundy?
Well, I'm not married yet. I'm engaged. But I will say that I do believe that we're already married. We just have to go through the motion. But I will say that one of my fears is that we'll change with marriage.
We
because
all
I
change.
feel like society puts a thing on marriage. And so I am very afraid of changing because the way that we are works and it works well. And we've grown into that. And so if we can continue to grow the way that we have and we grow into marriage, that's fine. But if things change because we are married, I'm out. I'm not going to be able to do it. And I'm dead ass serious. I'm not going to be able to do it. And I've seen it. I've seen it even with men where he becomes a mister and his whole way of moving and being with his woman changes. I ain't for that. I'm not, because I don't believe that ceremony or celebration changes the dynamic of the relationship. I think it's the two people and the mentality that changes. And I want to stay where we are right now. I just want a big ass party. And if the dynamic changes, I'm out. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. I've been with my wife for like almost 11 years, and I just seen a mute button. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I just seen a mute button on there. But nah, I've been with my wife for a long time, and everything changes. I mean, it in the aspect your weight changes, the way how you feel about relationships changes. Everything changes when you have that partner. What keeps you together, in my opinion, is how you guys can accept the changes. Because as things change in life and also in the marriage, you have to speak about it, no matter how hard it might seem like it may hurt your partner. But I honestly believe that everything is going to change. If you have this fixation that everything's going to stay the same, that's just not true, in my opinion.
No, I think so. In a relationship, things change. My point is, the marriage can't be the switch for the change. That's my thing.
Okay.
We've changed a lot.
That's fair.
We've been together 5 years. In that 5 years, we've changed a lot and we've had to grow and adapt into a new relationship. But marriage can't mean that we operate differently because we signed a piece of paper. That's what I mean.
That's fair. That's fair.
Rach, what's the name? What's your opinion? Talk.
I mean, I agree with both of them. Like, I feel like I'm the type that'll be out. Not, I know that people are going to change. Like, even things that you may have done for me before, something in life is just life. Life happens. Like the same things that we go through on our own. Now you add somebody else in that space, and that's just going to make it even more hectic and more that you need to try to control. But I agree with him too, like that you have to go with the emotions of the change. And that's why I'm going to be single, because I will be out on you real quick. And I need to make sure I'm in a space where I'm ready to not be out on you, but have to change and work through it. So I'm going to work on me.
You know what? You know what's crazy about that? Because when I was listening,
But can I say this real quick? Can I say this real quick?
What?
I was gonna say this real quick. Like, even if your man really loves you, he can, whatever changes you're going through, he can be there sitting right next to you. Because I'm telling you, don't matter if you've been with each other for a month or a year or 10 years, as human beings, we always change our eating habits, the way how we think, speak. It's bound to happen. If you got that partner that's ride or die for you, they will be acceptable of all of your changes.
But niggas die for the wrong shit every day. Like,
they do.
Man, look, and listening to y'all, because I overspoke when I said it was two married people. It's one married person, you feel me? So my apologies for that. But people die for the wrong things every day just because they are rooting for it, just because they are wanting it to happen. I'm in that corner. You know what I mean? Niggas get their ass whooped in boxing because they fucking thought that was the one. Like, it what I hear in this is, all right, so we go through changes, right? Everybody go through changes. Everybody agree on that. Mm-hmm. So I'm 16, I fall in love. At 23, she's probably not going to like me. I mean, I'm a totally different guy. You feel me? So I get in love again at 23. At 35, she's probably not going to like me again. Because love is cool. Love is beautiful. It's all of those things. But you have to grow in the same direction.
Right.
Niggas be rooting for shit that's growing in clearly opposite directions. Yo, and and I hate this shit because we stay because love. This is this beautiful thing of what we thought, because Grandpa John, who fucking had 6 families on the same block, this is what he did. And I always laughed at this shit because I tell people, I say, yo, if you look at your family pictures, Grandpa wasn't in most of them. And when he was in them, he's holding a kid like this. He didn't fucking know how to make them stop crying. He had no relationship with the children because he worked all day to provide for the lifestyle that he wanted to live. Cool. That works for Grandpa John. Me being the type of brother, yo, I'm hands-on. Everybody knows this. I'm hands-on with my children. I want to be there. Like, what do you mean you had a school meeting teacher and I wasn't there? Like, I'm with everything. Every school I've ever dealt with my children. Oh, he's mommy, daddy, or whatever the hell they call me, some shit like that. But I'm hands-on. But we confuse love with deal with it. I don't fucking want to deal with it. Like, no. Like, why? Because things change.
That's a
People
word.
change. So if we're together and we have a good 10-year relationship, 20-year relationship, and then we change, let's fucking move on.
Let's move on.
We were good while we were together. We were wonderful. The problem is motherfuckers always want to beef after. And Burgundy, I hope that your daughter can't hear my ignorant mouth. She's so beautiful.
It's okay. I presented myself well here. She hears far worse in the home.
Okay, cool. Cool. Just making sure. All right, she's beautiful, by the way. But we put ourselves out there like, yo, life is so short, and if this whole Corona situation didn't teach us, a nigga go be happy.
Thank you.
But they get out of situations, and it's like, oh, we got a beef because we not together. Fuck you mean? We supposed to? I got an ex-baby mother. What? She ain't an ex-baby mother, right? Because we still got a child.
She's still your baby mother.
I wish she was an ex-baby mother. I wish I could ex her ass. But it's like, why are we beefing? Like, nigga, you happy? I'm happy. Let's go be happy. Like, yo, life is so short. Let's be happy. Everybody is not meant to stay together forever. It's just not gonna fucking happen. It's not feasible. It's not, if you're paying attention to how you're growing, people grow in different ways. Some people are outside off that porch early, 15, 16 years old. I'm and Rachel, like we was in strip clubs at 13, 14 years old. I'm not going to match with a regular girl that's my age. I'm just not, because I've done too much too early. The girl that's impressed with $100,000 means nothing because I did that off of dope. So we don't equal the same. We don't move the same. So things have changed. And it's okay to accept that change. Like, niggas be holding on to that shit with that firm grip, like, oh no, this is what it's gonna be, brother. Like, you fucking macho Randy Savage ass. Like, I'm not with none of that.
And that's honestly my fear with marriage, is what you're saying, is that people hold on to it like this is what it's supposed to be. Like, but this ain't what we created. What we've created is working. Even as we've grown, it's worked. So don't let marriage now dictate how we grow from this point on. That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
I totally.
I agree with you 100%. People feel like, and that's just because we all out here dating through our pain. So you want to beef afterwards, and you want to hold on. Everybody want to be attached. People so pressed to be married. Like, okay, you got your ring, but now you still going home to the same regular ass relationship. It's like we don't want to let go, and it's like maybe that person came along to teach you something, and now it's time to go.
Man, Rach, that's ladies. That's some serious shit. And I know. Go ahead, say that one more time because it clipped out.
No, I'm saying, why can't we just go? Like, we've grown to, like, let's just go. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, and love is beautiful, man. Like, don't confuse it, man. If you have someone, and I'm not saying leave back to the non-negotiables. I'm not saying leave for some bullshit. Your lady or your man gets out of shape. If you're not willing to sit out there and work out with them, then shut the fuck up. Because that's not love. Love is go through your struggle with you. Love is, I'm here. But love is, I can't love you more than you love your motherfucking self also. And if I start loving you more than you love yourself, then I'm damaging myself. I'm hurting myself. Like, every part that I'm giving you is a part that you need, but it's also a part I need. So I'm giving you, we have to share this. But if we can't share this heart no more, in my head, I swear to God, it might be a problem mentally with me. But in my head, I saw a whole vision and a picture and all that shit, like with me pulling out my heart and giving it to her and shit like that. And we come together and we make one heart. In my head, I thought y'all could see it. I don't know. I might need a fucking extra sketch or some shit. But anyway, man, love is one of those things. So this is the realest topic on the show right now, right?
Come on.
And like I said, I chose this show, and as far as the battle of the sexes, because I felt that the conversation between men and female was so important. Grown up adult talk, and I hope y'all enjoying it. You feel me? All of our listeners, I hope y'all enjoying it. I always hear. Y'all heard my book story voice.
I heard.
I always hear. Say that one more time, Ray.
Hey, you coming in? What you about to give us? I'm ready.
Look. I always hear, if he leads properly, then she will submit naturally.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Ray gave us what? All right, we gotta go with the male first. We gotta no, Rach, I'm gonna let you go first because you're excited. Go ahead and make sure we can hear you. I'm gonna tell you if we can't hear you because I need to hear what you got to say here.
No, yes, that is true. Like, would you want anybody giving you direction if they didn't know where they were going? If I took you the wrong way 10 times, would you still follow me? No. That's right. You vet these men out. You make sure they leading properly, and I'm going to submit. I'm going to submit. If you leading properly, I'm going to lay down. You going to drag me through. That's how much I taking me to. But when you keep taking me the wrong way, I'm not about to submit. What? And go where? To a dead end? A danger zone? No, not happening.
I was watching Sister Sister, and they ended up on a fucking bridge, and the car fell in the water and shit. Anyway, that was just a funny thought in my head. Burgundy, what do you think? Because Rachel over here like, yeah, nigga, you motherfucking right. I'm with it. That's the problem. These niggas couldn't drive this whole time.
In an accident, my nigga, I came this far not to give up now.
I think that one, people don't really understand that submission isn't one-sided. So when we talk about submission in a relationship, it's not just that the woman submits to the man. It is also that the man submits to the woman. It's mutual. So that's one. I think two, people don't understand that at the core, submission is not necessarily about being under the authority of someone as much as it is about respecting and responding to the core of that person and being able to work together, understanding who you are and who I am and where we're going together. I feel like every conversation about submission gets lost in the sauce because it's always looked at as a woman being under a man and not understanding that it is a mutual relationship. It's a mutual exchange that has to be submitted to.
Okay. So if you don't hit mute on that motherfucking mic. If she's beautiful. You good. Let's click in. If he leads properly, will you submit?
His proper leadership is him submitting to me. So yes.
Ooh, she hit me with the nigga. Don't play with me. Go ahead, Ron. Let me hear what you say.
I mean, to be honest with you, yo, when I hear this topic, I swear you don't hear no white people talking about it. This has been a real touchy topic in our community for the longest time. I have not seen not one meme. I ain't even seen anybody ever talk about a white woman submitting to the white man, this, and that. It's always something in our community. Now, I say
it
this
was naturally in them. They fucking. All right, I'm sorry.
I'll say this. I'm gonna say this. When it comes to leading, you have a lot of females out here who was not brought up with a father inside the house. So just like any other person, they had to learn a lot of things on their own. So when a man comes into the picture, it's kind of hard for her to submit, in other words, to a man because she's used to doing everything by herself. She don't got no father figure in her life. The only problem with that is that if you choose not to listen to your partner, like Burgundy said, it does go both ways. You guys got to submit to each other. But you can't always just say, well, if you're not doing it this way, I'm not going to submit to you. It's always, if you have a problem with how somebody's leading, you should bring that up. So maybe that can make him a better leader instead of just saying, oh, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen because that's not going to work. Especially it's not going to work with me per se. It's just basically like, if I have a lot of knowledge in something, let me lead and let me do what I already know. If I have some room for improvement, that's when your partner comes in and be like, hey, maybe we should try it this way. Maybe we should do it this way. But I swear that word submit is the reason why we have a lot of craziness in Black relationships.
That's true. That's very true. That is true. That's a trigger word. That's a trigger word.
It definitely is a trigger word.
Trigger word. It's a trigger word. It's crazy. Look, in a relationship, somebody gonna know how to do something. The other person gonna know how to do this better. They gonna know how to do this better. Just follow the person who know how to do it the best.
Thank you. That's it. That's it.
The best. Confusion and stuff. If you know how to drive better, if you know how to handle the finances better, I'm gonna let you do this. I'm gonna do this. That's it.
I agree. That's that simple.
I totally
it's a trigger
agree.
word.
But we have to fuck, Rach. Like the fuck. We supposed to be in the show. Yeah, you done hit a trigger word on me. Then what happened? I'm about to carry on.
Carry on another show and make it two.
I wanted to do a part 1 and part 2, so we gonna do it. Submitting, I agree, totally 100%. It's a scary word because it sounds like I'm superior. You know, like right. I'm in charge. You're gonna listen to me, and I think a lot of men push this word in fucked up situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like be some crazy ass situations I done heard in my life. I mean, the fuck she mean? Like, I told her, like, you submit to your king. This, that, nigga, you ain't a king. Like, understand this. These titles come with responsibility also. So, you know, when me and my lady get into it, for instance, and I feel as though she's not listening or following.
Don't say that either. Don't say
no,
that.
I'm about to kill it. Watch this. See, you thought I was gonna say following what the fuck I said. No, following in the direction that I'm trying to lead. My first response is, and she could tell you this: have I ever steered you wrong?
That's right.
So it's the same thing I tell my children. Me and my son was lost the other day with the fucking, everybody was lost. We was all lost. We walked around the neighborhood, got lost. I went down the wrong street. I'm looking at the GPS. I ain't did this shit. I'm fat. So I ain't did this shit in a while. I got lost, not lost like we couldn't find our way, but we was down the dead end street. And my son was like, I ain't never listening to you again. And I said, the fuck do you mean? I said, nigga, have I ever, I'm sorry for the nigga shit, because I know some people have their reservations about it. But look, nigga, have I ever fucking steered you wrong? So even when I fuck up, understand this, you know I'm going to get us out of it. You don't have to play no part in it. Let daddy lead. I got it. Mm-hmm. And have I ever proven you anything different? There's a lot of niggas that be saying stupid shit like that, be like, look, let me lead. Bitch, didn't you just fuck about fucking taxes, nigga? Like, what the fuck do you mean? You just blew the taxes. Are we forgetting when you told me little Rah-Rah was going to bring the brick around here? The nigga bought an ounce around here? Like, and I'm just putting it on all aspects of levels of what you want to do. You feel me? Oh, you the same one that told me to fucking put 10,000 inside this business. Look at it. It has plummeted. Like, these titles come with responsibility. I feel as though many times people are not willing to, like how Rachel said that she's willing to, look, I'm going to lay down if you can do it. I feel like a lot of people from the jump has already knocked out the option. No, nigga, no. It's a lot of females out here. No, nigga, no, you're not leading because you worried about what the next nigga did to you. I ain't got shit to do with what he did. I'm carrying that shit from self. So I'm moving how the fuck I'm moving. I need you to judge me accordingly. Don't judge me for the shit that you seen what another nigga do. He's nothing like me. I feel, and I'm one of those niggas that I live on I don't know how y'all men do or how Rod do. I live on this island by myself.
That's right.
And niggas could say that shit is, call me cocky, fucking, whatever the fuck it is. I know what I do. And I got nothing but homeboys. And I know what the caliber of people are out here that exist. So when I'm leading, I'm leading. This isn't an assumption. This is I'm going to fall. Like y'all say, you know, you crash. I'm going to fall into that water. And y'all going to be able to have enough time to run back to safety. If I happen to crash, if this situation is that bad that I happen to crash, y'all going to have enough time to run back to safety. And I'm going to carry that shit correctly and accordingly. But a lot of people, it runs two ways with me. I think a lot of males are misusing the word of leading just to get their way. Mm-hmm. And I feel a lot of women have already opted out of the fact of you're going to lead me any fucking way because I've been here by myself this long and it's going to be what the fuck it is what I is.
That's
it
true,
is what it is.
But
that's very true.
I'm sorry. That being said, though, if you understand that it goes both ways, then how do you submit to your woman? Because I also believe that if you understand that submission works two ways, and biblically, the only time that the word submit appears in the Bible is in the Greek. And the Greek word for submit is a military term, and it actually means to defend. So if you understand then that submission doesn't even mean I'm getting under you, it actually means I'm getting under you to defend you, right? If I'm a woman and I have this understanding of submission, when I come into contact with a man and we're going to get into a relationship, the thing I'm looking for in terms of being able to submit to him is how well he can submit to me. And so I feel like for a lot of women, I don't sense in you a place for me, so I can't submit to you because you don't even understand what submission means. And so when y'all say y'all don't know how to submit, I think more women know how to submit than we give them credit for, but they also know how to discern whether a man understands what submission really is and the level of responsibility that comes with it. So how do you submit to your woman? You just laid it out how you lead. How do you submit?
Well, I think that drops back to what Rachel was saying. Being honest with yourself. Who is best at this?
What? That's right.
I'm willing to rock with you, yo. If you have proven, because it's a proven game. Yo, we are living in, and that was one of the things that I wanted to touch on was finances and things, who brings the bread to the table, all that shit. Listen, we are living, in my opinion, in a 50-50 fucking world. Sometimes I might be doing better, so it's a 30-70 world. Whatever the fuck it is, we are both contributing to the pot. That's the same thing with if we're talking about submission. If we're talking about anything, we are contributing. If that situation is something that you are more understanding of, like, fuck, I'm all with it. Like, yo, I had to hit, and this a nigga with education. I've had to hit my lady up and ask her certain words. How's this pronounced? I don't. And here's again that emotional shit with men. Niggas be bitches. Like, I don't have those type of things. Like, anybody that knows me knows I carry shit 100 all the time. Nigga, I will cry and smack the shit out you. It's nothing to me. You take the shit how the fuck you feel. But I'm all with the shit. So the same thing with submitting to a woman. I'm okay with it. If you're gonna lead, I don't have a fucking problem. The problem is, I'm gonna break it down in simpler terms. The problem is, you're the driver always. To the point that when you're not driving, you still can't get a rest.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
If you were really trusting in that person that you were with, guess what? After you drive and you lead your way, you're okay with taking a nap because you know they got you.
That's right. That's true.
You're only not falling asleep because you're scared. You're nervous.
That's true.
You're not trustworthy. You're not trustworthy. You're not trusting in that person. You feel me? And that again goes back to a lot of motherfuckers is in the wrong motherfucking relationship.
I agree with you 100%. It's so sad that the word submit, it's like, can we use another word because it's such a negative connotation around it and it's so emotional that we can't apply logic when we're doing it because we got all these emotions behind it. So it's like you might have a woman that's used to doing for herself. So yeah, it's going to be hard for me to trust you to come in and do something, but then I got to vet you out. And then I also have to let my guard down so that I can let you lead me. And then he has to do the same thing too. Like, it's a team effort. And I just feel like we're so busy fighting against each other. That's why we're not getting nowhere. And I'm tired of
working.
It's all about strategy.
Say that one more time because I think you broke out. I'm hoping it's just y'all was able to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I don't want to keep cutting you off. Listen, against all my better judgment right now, I have to cut the show short. I want to say I appreciate all three of you for coming through. It's been a wonderful show for me. You feel me? Cards Face Up podcast is one of those places where I like to bring people on and get real involvement. And I don't call them listeners, I call them family. So I like to get real involvement from my family. When I come up with these topics and things of that sort, I'm not reading them, I'm not practicing them. I'm literally writing them down and they go inside my vault. I'm actually studying for something else right now. So I'm literally not practicing these. I'm not thinking about them, nothing. Everything is just a freestyle up conversation between family members and friends. So I want to say I thank y'all. I want to go through to make sure our listening family know where they can reach you guys at. Rachel, let's start with you.
You can find me on Instagram at _Rachel Cecilia _ and you can find me at my website, sheexliberated.com.
Okay, you need to spell all that because I was sitting here like I can't spell none of that shit. Listen,
the name of the website, which one?
I would spell Cecilia too. Cause I was sitting here like
the damn Bible _ underscore RACHELCECILIA And then the website is www.shexliberatted.com.
Okay. And Miss Burgundy, we're gonna go next to you.
You
Tell the fans, the listeners.
You can find me on Instagram, Burgundy, BURGUNDI_ALLISON. You can find my book, Breadfish. I don't even know the name of my book now. Fish Boats and Breadcrumbs on Amazon. And you can listen to my podcast, Golds, Girls, and Gods on all platforms.
Cool. And Mr. Ross Staten, yo, is you in a new fucking place again? What the fuck?
Nah, I just slouched a little bit.
No. Go ahead, tell the listening family where they can catch you at, brother.
I mean, I'm pretty much on all media platforms. Ross Staten, that's RAH. Staten as in STATEN. Check out my old YouTube videos back when I used to have hair. And if you really want to see me getting a back and forth argument with like 100 people, just go to my Facebook every day. So I'm usually saying something that's making somebody mad. So Ross Staten.
Very fucking true. Look, I want to thank y'all for coming on today. It's been a wonderful show. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I am your host, Mr. Ty Hill, a.k.a. I still think the men, even though Ross Staten fucked up for the men, we did this. But for real, we came up with a real understanding that how different and how similar men and women are. This is part 1 of episode 13. I want y'all to continue to listen to us on all platforms that streaming podcasts. Also on YouTube, and make sure you check out my great co-host for today. We appreciate y'all. Peace.